After the last video, so much more has happened regarding AOA, Jimin, and Mina. Once again, as I go through this, there could be mistranslations, as there's bound to be, so please correct me in the comments if necessary. I'm gonna start where I left off, and since then, there were a few more posts from Mina describing things like comments Jimin made about her body, incidents that date back to their trainee days, and the effect all this had not only on her, but her family. The scary thing is that although she's finally able to unload these things, releasing herself from a state of repression, which by the way, according to Mina, is a luxury Jimin always had without fear of being judged or scolded, she said there are things that she still can't say or repeat. Another unsettling thing that Mina revealed was that she did tell FNC what was going on and specifically who it was, yet nothing was done. Now, she intended for that to be her final post on the matter, but then sometime later we got another post that said, a couple of hours ago, all the members and managers showed up at my door. According to her, they sat down and talked, but that Jimin came in upset. That another argument started between them, Jimin asking if she should disappear while holding a kitchen utensil, but that they ended up sitting down and talking. Jimin kept saying she didn't remember and that she thought they had made up. She then began apologizing over and over again, and Mina said, I accepted her apology, I let her leave, then the other members and I talked a bit more. She emphasized that the thing that stood out to her was the way Jimin initially showed up. Mina then apologized to fans and reassured them that she will try to calm herself and get professional help. We then get a public apology post from Jimin expressing how regretful and guilty she feels about her past actions as AOA's leader, that she wasn't able to understand Mina and was careless because of that. She notes that she cried and begged. This public apology post from Jimin seemed to have prompted another post from Mina, as it didn't seem like she thought it was sincere. Mina stated in a now deleted post that even mentioned Jimin bringing guys back to their dorm, I know you don't want to apologize. All the eyes and ears that were at my house, you're all the same. They're all on your side. You won, I lost. Now, those words confuse me because before that, she made it seem like the other members weren't aware, or at least weren't aware of how deep it went. Unless she was talking about the managers and other people that showed up besides the members. People are debating back and forth though about whether or not the members knew. This is where a lot of things were being dug up. A past interview of member Chanmi's mom, her describing FNC's incompetence and lack of regard for the members, that if Chanmi wanted to leave, she would basically have to pay triple the amount they invested in her. Jimin's treatment of former member h.u.b is also resurfacing because if you remember, her reasons for leaving were depression and insomnia. Coincidentally, h.u.b also seems to be following the current members and Mina on social media, but not Jimin. Everyone is also saying we should have taken Jessie and Cheetah's reactions and behavior toward Jimin on Unpretty Rap Star more seriously, that they probably saw what she was like behind the scenes. Well now, after being quiet this whole time, FNC Entertainment officially announced that Jimin has decided to quit not only AOA but from the industry itself. They also say they feel responsible for the situation, which fans definitely let them know they should, as their website basically crashed from the backlash of their inaction. Later, FNC also announced that AOA withdrew from appearing at the Wonder Woman festival scheduled for September, which might tell us about their future as a group overall. Mina's current acting agency has also been putting out statements of their own, basically saying Mina is under care and that they will do their best to help Mina regain her health and continue her dream as an actress. This entire thing has been absolutely heartbreaking to hear. I mean, 10 years. I think the focus now should be on Mina and making sure she gets back to a healthy state of mind so that she herself can begin finding some sense of closure. I know a lot of fans aren't satisfied with Jimin, quote, running away to hide and a perceivably insincere apology, which, as we've said, didn't get remotely the same reception as, say, the Stray Kids apology we got this week. So context for that, on an episode of their show Finding Stray Kids, Hyunjin dressed up in a segment as a famous Korean cartoon character. The reason this received backlash was because this character seems to be a caricature with racist features and undertones. Now, while yes, the character is a Korean ajumma, she was reportedly based on certain stereotypes. And although they weren't trying to portray those stereotypes, the boys decided to post on their Instagram saying, just like our signature phrase states, stray kids everywhere all around the world, they try their best to understand everyone across the world. They reassure that they oppose all forms of inequality and admit they are still lacking in many things, apologizing for what they did and to those they may have hurt. Many people commend them for taking to their own account and not apologizing through their company, but not everyone seemed to have accepted the apology, or at least weren't ready. And you know, if you aren't part of the community that this has offended, you can't really force someone to accept the apology because you don't know how deeply it hurt them. And it was probably best that they did this on their own, as JYP Entertainment doesn't have the best reputation at the moment. First, the situation with Day6's Jay, which is hopefully resolved, plus he just released his song Pac-Man. Now, they are dealing with the truck, this time from GOT7 fans. So let me tell you what the truck is for and then the drama that ensued outside the JYP building. The truck is to basically demand fair treatment of GOT7 from JYP Entertainment. It comprises of things like active protection from sasaeng fans to proper promotions so that fans don't have to take it into their own hands. For example, the reason GOT7 made an appearance on this show is said to be because fans contacted them to make it happen. Now, this doesn't have anything to back it up, but according to a few places, JYP Entertainment staff tried to kick out the truck driver, but he stood his ground because he wasn't doing anything illegal. This apparently turned into a verbal altercation. The local authorities eventually got involved, and I think the truck may have been removed since then. So you know JYP Entertainment management knows what's going on now, and as a cherry on top, Yugum went on V Live and not only acknowledged the truck, but actually thanked fans. And it's not just JYP Entertainment, fans are demanding SM do something after a sasaeng fan shared really disturbing post about Chunlo. I know I'm probably saying his name wrong, I'm sorry. And his personal phone number seems to have been compromised. The really creepy parts were the photos with blood. I'll leave it at that. Because these two situations are connected to bigger companies, we're more likely to hear about them. But what about the new kid situation? Not everyone knows about the company J-Flow, so it's less likely you've heard about 3 out of 7 new kid members being hospitalized, including Hansol, who was probably supposed to be a part of NCT before he left SM. J-Flow briefly posted about it on their Korean fan cafe, and ever since then, nothing. Probably hoping it doesn't catch a wave of media coverage. When you're a smaller company, unfortunately, you can probably slide by things like that. But when you're someone like SM, nothing gets past because everything is under a bigger microscope. So I have no idea how they thought we wouldn't notice a missing music video. Irene Seulgi's music video for Monster was supposed to come out yesterday, much earlier than it did. And everything seemed normal up until then. The girls held a live stream 1 hour prior to celebrate the debut of their unit. They were even kind of hurried to wrap it up in time for the release, but when that time came, no music video. Weirdly enough, everything else was released. The song was released, the album was released, a look behind the scenes of the music video was released before the music video was released. Well, then it looked like it was going to be released 2 hours after the announced time. That came by and went, and by now, Where Is the Music Video was trending worldwide. 6 hours after it was initially supposed to come out, SM finally officially stated that the music video will come out on the 7th instead. No explanation. Such a weird situation because the entire comeback was already delayed from mid-June to July, and that was for, in their words, quality. How they didn't know in time to inform fans that the music video was going to be late is beyond me. A lot of people are speculating that it could be some kind of strategy because similar things have happened to other SM artists like Taeyeon, NCT 127, WayV. Maybe they had to edit something, maybe even edit something out. For those who remember and were K-pop fans in 2014, SNSD music video for Mr. Mister was messed up by an editor. Anyway, that's all behind us now. The music video is here and I have to get my theory out before I explode from pure joy. Not just from the visuals or the song, but it's such an interesting music video because it's not what it seems. Many people are theorizing that it's related to this scary movie, or this movie with lesbian undertones, or even this scary movie with lesbian undertones. And while this music video probably did take inspiration from all of those, what does it mean? Well, it begins with Seulgi, the monster, crawling toward her innocent prey, Irene. But as we soon find out, she's not as innocent as she seems. Instead of completely consuming Irene, this bedroom represents both of them now occupying one body. 2 beds, 1 room. Just like the lyrics suggest, 1 light, 2 shadows. That's why one of the ways they teased this comeback was Irene being interviewed as Seulgi and Seulgi being interviewed as Irene. Their choreography is mirrored from each other. They are now 2 sides of the same coin. It then turns into a battle of control and seduction. But this time, Irene is the monster and Seulgi is the prey, losing control of her own body. And while Seulgi makes her desperate attempt to eliminate Irene, she ultimately surrenders under her spell. The music video ends with Seulgi being the face of the spider, as the girls call it, but it's Irene who now controls the vessel. She is now the puppet master. All of this because Seulgi underestimated her prey in the beginning. And that is why this is such a fitting theme for Irene and Seulgi. Because while many may write them off since it's only 2 members rather than 5, Irene and Seulgi fully intend on dominating as the monsters.